Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game up between Gammania's Slam or Gamma Bear Slam versus Ian here on Neo Planet S. And yes, it will once again be a Zerg versus Zerg matchup. Now, out of all the matchups out there, it really feels like Zerg versus Zerg is the most developed. That is a very, very PC way of saying that the game is kind of stale in terms of what we're going to be seeing. The game normally opens up now in your typical Zergling, Roach, Baneling, and then whoever can transition into Mutalisk first without getting destroyed generally wins. Now, in this matchup, we have Ian spawning as the red Zerg player on the top right-hand side of the map, playing under Yo I Am. Meanwhile, Gamma Bears' Slam, who is currently 2-0 after day one's festivities. We'll see if he will be able to continue to extend that streak and perhaps come out with a very, very prominent 6 points from that opening weekend. Now, so far, what do we see here? Pretty much very different builds from these two players. You already see a spawning pool and an extractor coming in from Ian, and you can see the second extractor most likely just for the extractor trick there, double extractor trick in fact, to get into 12/10. This is an all in an effort and an attempt to make sure that he doesn't fall behind economically. 12 workers versus 15 workers. No one really needs to tell you who comes out ahead here, as we are now going to see Slam go for a hatchery first. This is going to be very, very dangerous for him. We can already see Ian training up, wow, another 3 drones now. No, sorry, 6 Zerglings, I was going to say. If he went all of a sudden into drones, that would have made my head explode in terms of why would you go for a spawning pool first, only a spawning pool first at that particular timing. Wow, my mouse is falling. A spawning pool first only to follow it up with anything else. We are going to see the Overlord, and the Overlord does spot those Zerglings already making their way across the field. This is very, very deadly now. 4 Zerglings being trained, the double extractors coming in, and it is all going to come down to timing. More Zerglings are following this up. This is a 10 Zergling rush. And we are going to be seeing 10 Zerglings on the field with 2 more on the way against, well, how many Zerglings do we see coming in from the other player Slam? None as of yet. Meanwhile, the spawning pool is just barely coming in, and this could be over before it starts here. A hatchery first, extremely greedy. And what is going to be happening here? Are we going to see a cancellation on that hatchery? Yes, we do. The drone trying to run away. It looks like it will be able to get away. A little bit of a free run away there. No follow-up Zerglings now coming in, as now Ian comes in with these rabid Zerglings. The rabid Zerglings gonna try and take down some of these drones. Zerglings are now out, but Ian has a huge, huge advantage as this opening build so aggressive in its numbers. All right, more important, let's take a look at the harvester numbers. It is 10 to 15, but those drones are currently not mining. This is all going to be rather dangerous, as the queen should be popping out here in just a moment. If that queen does make its way out, there is that inject. Needs to get off some damage onto those Zerglings there. Is it going to be enough? As it looks as though Ian is just going to decide to back away with these Zerglings now. Are they going to turn around? Yes, there is the engage, and a beautiful engage by Ian to make sure that his Zerglings were 2-on-1 against others. All right, Ian now has to be careful. There is a queen joining in on the fight. Is the drone gonna get delayed even further? That is an important question to ask, as that drone now needs to back away. One Zergling does get taken down, and the Zerglings are just gonna hop, skip, and jump all the way back home. No, they're going to try to come back in once more. Zerglings doing a little bit of a dance. Here you go. The Zerglings, are they going to get any damage off here? Trying to go after the Queen. The Queen and the Zerglings are engaging. And what's going to be happening? More reinforcements coming in from Slam now. And Slam will be able to fend off this attack. Harvester count is now 22 to 17 in favor of the red Zerg, as he already has a Queen down here at his natural. A very, very well fought opening there, as we now see creep tumors making their way out. This is always a very dangerous thing to do as a Zerg player. Do you place down creep or not? At this point, all Ian... Oh, that Zergling for some reason decided to turn around. Not a smart move there, as the Queen really just wants to try and push back those Zerglings. You can see Metabolic Boost is now done for Slam. Meanwhile, Ian now going to try to come back over as well. The Queen perhaps going to no sit on the ramp. One drone does get taken down. These two Zerglings already paid for themselves, as the Zerglings now trying to engage, and one Zergling is going to make its way on the inside. There it is, running laps around the main base here. Harvester count is now 20 to 23, but more importantly, we do have an additional hatchery up for more training of queens, and more importantly, additional larvae. 2 hatcheries with additional larvae. You can see Slam does have this hatchery up now. He has not yet injected it, as we can see that there is still a Zergling hiding off in the top left. All right, Slam, if he wants to fight his way back into this, needs to do something, just something important or something very, very economical. If he can engage and take down this, perhaps a pack of Zerglings with a Baneling or 2, that would be very favorable for him. Meanwhile, though, Ian needs to make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes, and he pushes any advantage that he has. This Overlord now trying to dart away. It looks like it will be able to fly away. Now going to fly off to the north, as Zerglings now engaging on the far side. Zerglings now pushing their way in once more. Both sides have those wings. And what are these Zerglings going to do except for sit on the ramp? Ian finding a couple of free drones once more, taking down 2 drones, now attempting to take down the hatchery for the second time. This could potentially be huge. More Zerglings coming off to engage. Who can deal more damage here, as drones now coming over as well. Banelings hitting, and that was an absolute bloodshed there. Slam taking down a lot of Banelings with just, or sorry, a lot of Zerglings with just a handful of Banelings. Slam has lost more, but that did put a damper on Ian's plans, as we now see Slam going to be the first one trying to get to Mutalisk. Alright, this is going to be rather tricky though. Slam has a very small window, and that window is closing as we are going into 12 roaches. Alright, if we can get enough gas, and if this Spire is up and operational, that could be enough. There is an Overseer here, as the roaches are now ready to move out. He is not going to dilly-daddle with these roaches. He is going to engage with them, and all Slam can really hope to do is buy himself time. If he can perhaps buy himself time from these roaches making inside its main base, that could be enough here. Currently, we are sitting on about 400, almost 500 gas. Not enough minerals. We need more than 5 Mutalisks on the field, as Ian now transitioning into Banelings with these Zerglings. He's going to be able to perhaps take down a lot. Slam throwing down the 4 spine crawlers in a last-ditch effort. Will he be able to hold off all of these roaches? That is key. Roaches now making their way in. Spine crawlers now coming in as well. There you go. The Banelings are in the back. Are we going to perhaps get some transfusions? Spine crawlers are hitting. Banelings now trying to engage. There goes 1, 2, 3 spine crawlers. Last spine crawler is going to go down, and Slam looks like he is going to have a very, very bad day. Mutalisks are trying to come online. They are trying to join the battlefield, but it may be too little too late, as Slam says GG here on Neoplanet S. So Slam dealt his first loss here in Season 2 Round Robin against the very aggressive opening from Ian. That, I gotta believe, just 10 pool, very effective, especially when Slam went for hatchery first. He went for hatchery first, didn't get that hatchery down, was forced to cancel it, and then lost a lot of workers as well. Meanwhile, Ian was being very careful to play it safe, dance around with those workers, run around in a circle, pull back just in time to re-engage once more. Alright, stay tuned for Game 2 in this series between Slam and Ian. Will Slam go away completely empty-handed, or will he be able to get 1 point? Only Ian is the only man able to stop him. Will be Ian, who is now hungry for 2 additional points if he's able to take a 2-0 lead over Slam.